So, first of all, what is a boundary delimitation?
Boundary delimitation is a drawing of boundaries, particularly of states, countries, or other districts. It can be formulated as a redistribution of people and used to prevent imbalance of population across specific sectors. The given issue has arisen at the beginning of the 20s in 1920. However, there were a certain background and unique circumstances. It is well known that the former Central Asia Soviet republics Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan were founded by the Soviet power in the 1920s and the 30s as a result of national and territorial state delimitation. Their frontiers were conditional in characters and didn't take into account the peculiarities of history and culture. The republics also began forming the system of interstate relations covering also such spheres as boundary demarcation between the countries. That process hasn't been easy, and two of the main reasons were the artificial formation of the Central Asian Socialistic Republics in early years of Soviet power, and the policies pursued during the following years.
The Central Committee of the Russian Communist Party formed its own commission on Turkestan's problems, which was charged to investigate the conflict situation that arose. But the report of the Turk delegation was against the delimitation of Turkestan into three republics, according to national character, namely Kazakh, Uzbek, and Turkmen ones. The Turk delegation claimed that the division of the tight-knit oblasts of Turkestan was inexpedient, and to do that would be superseditive. And report by Raskolov, sent on 16 June 1920 to Lenin in Moscow, argued that it would be necessary to establish 6 more republics, and precisely that happened later. But Lenin responded, "It's necessary to my mind to reject the project of Comrade Raskolov, and the project of the Commission should be adopted." Thus, the problem of the national and territorial state domination of Turkestan's peoples was guided by the motto national self-determination, in contradiction to the opinion of the Turk delegation. And the plenary meeting at the beginning of February 1924 came to the conclusion that the national and territorial delimitation was necessary. One of the serious reasons to delimitation was the opposition movement known as the Basmachi movement, in which groups of different nationalities fought against the Soviet power. Therefore, a commission of the Federal Bureau was also formed, and under this commission, Uzbek, Kazakh, and Turkmen national subcommissions were established.
In presence of the general violation of the working and decant message of the Uzbek people to render the Uzbek people the right to quit membership in the TASSR and form independent Uzbek Soviet Socialistic Republic. In presence of the exceed general violation of the working and decant message the Kyrgyz people to render the Kyrgyz people the right to quit membership in the TASSR, aiming to join up the Kyrgyz Oblast of the TASSR with the Kyrgyz Soviet Socialistic Republic. In presence of the exceed general violation of the working and decant message the Kara-Kyrgyz people to render the Kara-Kyrgyz people the right to quit membership in the TASSR and form the Kara-Kyrgyz Autonomous Oblast. To submit the resolution to the All-Russian Central Executive Committee of the Russian Soviet Federate Socialistic Republic for consideration and adoption at the regularly scheduled session. It must be noted that history of the artificial creation of the nation Soviet Socialistic Central Asian Republic in the 1920s and 1930s requires through the critical study of historical documents concerning the delimitation of the Central Asia republics, particularly the material and document available in the archives of the Central Asia republics, Russia and other countries.
National and territorial delimitation left the newly independent republics of Central Asia with a large number of problems, including the problem of interstate boundaries. However, despite the difficulties, the regional republics on the whole, have managed to resolve the issue of delimitation on a mutually beneficial basis. In addition, the newly independent republics in Central Asia should be most careful in resolving the problem of precise definition of disputable lands and not be guided by the emotions. They should settle the problem and the conflicts of interstate delimitation on the basis of mutual benefit and a compromise.